Can you imagine having 0 ringgit as a bank vice president with a 35,000 salary? It sounds like a bad joke, right? But recently, a gentleman walked into my office who was living this exact reality. He's a vice president at a major bank, pulling in a massive 35,000 ringgit every single month. By all societal standards, he had made it. He was at the top of the financial food chain. But behind closed doors, he was drowning. His disposable income at the end of the month completely wiped out. In fact, he was on the absolute brink of total bankruptcy. How does someone making nearly $500,000 a year runs out of money? Today, I want to pull back the curtain on this exact case study because whether you earn 3,500 ringgit or 35,000 ringgit, the financial trap that almost ruined this bank VP are the exact same trap that might be draining your bank account right now. Here is how we saved him and how we freed up 50% of his cash flow in less than 30 days. When we sat down and opened up his statement, we found two massive leaks in his ship. First, the lifestyle cage. As a bank VP, he felt an invisible pressure to look the part. The high-end mortgage, the luxury car loan, the premium membership, and the fine dinings. This structural cost of living ate up a massive chunk of his salary before he even touched it. Second, the debt spiral. To maintain that image during tighter months, he did what most people do. He leveraged bank loans and credit cards. Because his income was high, banks were more than happy to give him massive limits. But high limits means high monthly commitment. Eventually, the interest payment became a runaway train. He was living in a paradox. He was managing millions of dollars for a bank by day, but by night, he was playing a terrifying game of financial musical chair, wondering which credit card payment would bounce first. 100% of his disposable income was gone. He had no breathing room, no emergency fund, and zero peace of mind. He didn't need a lecture on spending less on coffee. He needed high-level financial engineering. Here is the exact 3-step blueprint we executed to turn his situation around. Step 1, the reality audit. We listed every single debt, interest rate, and monthly tenure. We separated his survival expenses from his ego expenses. Step 2, strategic debt consolidation. This is the game changer. Instead of paying 5 different banks, 5 different high interest rates, we restructured and consolidated his scattered liabilities. We negotiated his high interest rate, short-term loans into a structured lower interest facility. By changing the structure of the debt, we didn't just lower the interest, we drastically lowered the combined monthly payment. Step 3, cash flow isolation. We took the money we saved from the restructuring and locked it away. We set up an automated system where 50% of his previous disposable income was immediately redirected into a wealth building and debt reduction fund, completely untouchable by daily temptation. The transformation was instant. By consolidating his debt and trimming the fat, we immediately freed up 50% of his disposable income. For the first time in years, this client could sleep through the night. He had breathing room, he had a clear mathematical path to becoming entirely debt-free, and more importantly, he finally regained control over his life. He went from being a slave to his paycheck to being the actual master of his wealth. The biggest lesson here is simple. Your financial freedom is never determined by how much you make. It's entirely determined by how much you keep and how you structure what you owe. If a bank vice president earning 35,000 ringgit a month can go almost bankrupt, it can happen to anyone who lacks a strategic plan. If you are tired of watching your hard-earned money income disappear every month and you want to restructure your finances to build real breathing room, let's talk. Drop a comment below with the word loan if you need financial advice. And let's start building your freedom. See you in the next video.